Welcome to Lotus Flower Wellness Temple. Namaste.
Namaste.
So everyone is welcome and loved here, and I just want to extend the offer to everyone. If you're on the live, if you live local in Tallahassee, or you want to make the trip, we'd love to have you here in person. But if not, we just invite the whole world to join on the live and be a part of this greatness. So we're going to start today with the Sam Bujo chant, and I will get that started now. So the way that this works is I will lead the first part, and then you'll be the second part, and I'll let you know what that part is when it comes up.
Let me see.
So you're going to be this part right here, but you'll kind of see how it goes after the first time. This is your part. And you'll get better at it. It's okay. everybody for coming. This means a lot to me, and I'm doing what I'm very passionate about, which is helping and healing people and helping people be guided back to their own personal truth and finding joy and happiness in life and now. There are ways of thinking and just really simple kind of aha moments when you realize those, you can start to make little shifts and changes that really do affect your life on a grand level. And so being aware of those really can give you a real good shot at having some happiness and really finding your soul's path and purpose here in this lifetime. And that's my passion and my joy is to help people reach that. You know, enlightenment is something that's a lifelong process and it continually happens.
Welcome.
Okay, now we're going to take a little time to do a quick little meditation to just kind of get everyone in a place of harmony and peace and just help us to be more connected and in the moment, in the now, right now. So we're going to just start by gently closing your eyes and blow out all your stale air and energy and just flow your breathing. If some of you know about the infinity breath, you can do that now. If not, I will speak about that later in the service. So now we're just going to become aware of our feet and our toes. Bring our awareness to our feet and our toes. And just breathe through and cycle through the energy. Just feel that relaxation coming to your feet and your toes. Moving up your legs and just keep breathing and cycling that energy and relaxation. Now put your attention and your awareness in your abdominal area and in your hips and just breathe through and feel everything relaxing. Now we're going to move up into the heart center. And just feel the love flowing through you and to you, and just relax your muscles in your arms. And then feel that energy and relaxation rising upwardly to your neck and your head. Just move your neck and head around gently and just feel it relaxing. And just let that energy flow through your body and just sit in the relaxation for just a minute. Okay, and if everybody's ready, just open your eyes gently and bring that relaxing harmony with you. And we're going to start by explaining the chant that we just did, okay? So this chant is all about inviting the Buddhas, enlightened beings, whether they're physical or spiritual. And so the way that the chant goes, if you break it down, it's we respectfully welcome Amida Buddha to our temple. And then if you could just imagine scattering flowers of joy around the room. We respectfully welcome Sakyamuni Buddha to our temple as we scatter flowers of joy around. And we respectfully welcome the Buddhas of all times and places to our temple as we scatter flowers of joy around. So there are 6 paramitas. So a paramita is kind of values or principles that you can observe and live by, and it's when you're in the way of the Buddha and in the path, these are things to be very aware of within your life. So you've got it on your page there if you would like to. It's the second page, or third page actually. And if you would like to read along with me, and we'll start when you're ready. We'll start at the first one. So, giving. May I be generous and helpful. Did you find it? It's okay. I can pause for a second.
Third page?
Looks like this?
Second
Yep.
page.
Oh, it's second page? Okay. Perfect. Awesome. You ready? All right. Awesome. May I be generous and helpful. So the second one is about guidance. May I be guided by the Buddhist precepts. Next one is about tolerance. May I regard the mistakes of others with sympathy. And then we have perseverance. May I do my best in all things. Next we have meditation. May I reflect deeply on my life through the Buddha's teachings. And last but not least, insight. May I understand the meaning of Namo Amida Buddha. Awesome. So there are Bodhisattva vows. So essentially, you are working towards becoming a Buddha, the enlightened one. So you would be a Bodhisattva. You are in the practice, in the path, you're doing the work, and you're being aware of the principles, the 4 Noble Truths, the Noble Eightfold Path. And so you are in the path of the Bodhisattva. And so there are kind of vows that we bring in with us, and then we kind of commit to the path. And so I'm going to read those. Beings are numberless. I vow to save them. Desires are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha's way is unsurpassable. I vow to become it. So these are the vows that a Bodhisattva takes. And then, how we have spoke about in the past, when you're thinking about, the vow to not have desires. We discussed that actually translates more righteously to skillful desires, one that encompass the Noble Eightfold Path, ones that encompass your path for your highest good and your highest light to yourself and all humanity, all animals, all the earth, everything. And so a lot of people that might not be very familiar with Buddhist teachings may think, oh wow, how do you do that? How do you give up your desires? But it's more so redirecting your energy into your desires for to find peace and harmony and be a bringer of that to others, as well as yourself and in your life, by your actions, by your intentions, your words, the things that you do with your time. So being more skillful versus unskillful. So skillful and unskillful replaces the words good and bad, because that's very subjective. But skillful would be things that you're doing to uplift. Unskillful would be things that you're doing to do the opposite. So these seem like pretty awesome vows, right? Something that can just really make your life and the world a better place. So, so if you want to repeat them with me, I would love that. And I picked the top one, and there are other ones, and we could look into those. But they're all saying the same thing, just in a different way. So when you're ready, okay. Beings are numberless. I vow to save them. Desires are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's way is unsurpassable. I vow to become it. Right? Pretty simple. One thing about Buddhism is that, you know, it can be pretty simple. You know, you've got the Four Noble Truths. It's pretty cut and dry. Now getting into it, of course, it gets deeper. You know, once you start to become aware and you start to implement them into your life. But that's one thing we do here with service, right? Is we make these dot connections, and you can see and find a way that you can implement these into your life, and you can very quickly see the bountifulness of them. You can see them. So we do our homework each week, and we start to become aware of certain things, and so we're transforming here. That's what we're doing. We're transforming from unsatisfied, disappointed, living in suffering and pain, to finding harmony in the now, and working towards really completing our path this lifetime and reaching enlightenment. So I just wanted to start sharing that with you all. All right, so that is that for now. So we have been talking about the Noble Eightfold Path, and the 8 spokes on the wheel of this path. And so we are on spoke 3 of that, which is right speech. So right speech can also be translated as aligned speech or skillful speech. So when we're discussing this, one is met with 4 distinct elements to consider. And this was actually suggested by the Buddha himself. So abstaining from false speech, for instance, is key. So don't lie. And that gets really big, because like, don't lie, white lie or whatever, like it gets, there's many types of lies. But the idea is don't lie. And there's a purpose for that, because, you know, people don't believe you anymore. And then you start to kind of sink into an alternate reality, and is adding other lies on and then now you're just living in that lie. So it's very important to speak your truth. And so we're going to learn today that timing has a lot to do with that as well. So with that being said, the idea is to avoid the temptation to deceive and not to use words that are meant to misrepresent the truth. So, right? You know, maybe it doesn't exactly mean, you know, don't leave certain parts out, but definitely don't add certain parts that are going to deceive a person or make them feel like something is a little easier to swallow than others, but we'll get a little deeper into that. And then next is harsh speech, characterized as the tone, like a biting tone or an intent to harm, is an aspect of that you want to steer clear of. So your tone matters, you know, we know that. We can tell when someone takes a negative tone with us or whatever, and it really doesn't even matter what they're saying. We instantly kind of like, wow, we're in a whole nother place about, you know, thinking about it. So that's definitely something we're going to get a little more deep into there. So the Buddha also warns against divisive speech, like dividing, things that divide, cautioning against using words to aim to separate people or to incite discord amongst groups. And then lastly, idle speech, the utterance that serves no purpose at all and only waste energy. So this should definitely be avoided. You know, we've got a lot of truths that we can speak about, but you know, it's almost a waste of energy and precious time to just speak of things that really have no purpose. Just now, of course, you have like the weather. Hey, how you doing? Oh, the weather's good, kind of stuff or whatever. But we'll get a little more into that as we go through today's teachings. So the teachings will urge you to use communication as a tool for your own awakening and freedom. So that's what we're really going to get from today, is how to use our speech in a way that it is empowering us, our path, others, and not do the opposite, the unskillful version, and become more aware of how that really does affect us in our life. There's Quinn. He's coming in now. Welcome.
Hello.
All right. All righty. So just to catch you up a little bit, today we are diving into right speech, the third spoke on the wheel.
Okay.
All right. And I just did kind of a quick little summary of what we're getting into, so you haven't really missed much.
All right.
Right speech in Buddhism teaches us the power of words. What we say can either uplift or harm others, so it's important to speak with kindness and truth. Right speech encourages us to avoid lying, gossiping, or using hurtful language. Instead, we should focus on words that bring harmony, healing, and understanding. Every word we choose has the potential to create peace or conflict. When we speak mindfully, we nurture better relationships and spread positivity. By practicing right speech, we align our communication with compassion. It's not just about avoiding negativity, but actively using our voice for good. Let your words inspire, comfort, and bring out the best in others. Remember, in Buddhism, our speech is a reflection of our inner wisdom. Right speech in Buddhism teaches us the power of words. What we say can either uplift
Get a little more fire on